This is a public communication services collect call from
Steve and Avery.
an inmate at the Calumet County Jail. The use of three-way or call waiting will disconnect the call. This call will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
Thank you.
To hear the cost of this call, dial 8 now. To block any future collect calls, dial 77.
Hello?
To decline this call, hang up.
What am I supposed to do to accept the call? Yes, it did.
This is a public communication services collect call from
Steve and Avery.
an inmate at the Calumet County Jail. The use of three-way or call waiting will disconnect the call. This call will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
Hello? Hey, Steve.
All right.
How are you?
All right.
Good. I just thought I'd touch base with you on a couple of things.
Uh-huh.
First, I've put calls in to the people at the Public Defender's Office. I'm sure they are not off your case. I mean, they can't even get off your case without approval of the court, and the court's not going to approve their getting out of the case until there's a lawyer to replace them.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be worrying about that.
Okay.
Second, I've been talking to a number of lawyers, and the guy that I had put at the top of my list is going to plan to come see you Saturday morning at the jail. His name is Dean Strang.
Yeah.
He's my ex-partner.
Yeah.
He's practicing now in Madison. He left Milwaukee because of that, well, frankly, because of some personal stuff. I mean, he had a divorce that was going on.
Yeah.
So he went to Madison. He's been a criminal defense lawyer for, I don't know, must be getting on 15 years.
Yeah.
As I said, was a partner with me, was a partner with Jim Shello. He and I have tried murder cases together. And the thing that put him at the top of the list for me is that I know that a lot of the Manitowoc cops are, well, I don't want to say afraid of him, but they know him and they respect him as a lawyer. He handled a murder case up in Manitowoc involving a guy named Stevens some years ago. I don't know if you remember that case, but it was a big deal case, and it had so much publicity that they transferred the trial over to Eau Claire. Anyway, during the course of our depositions and my talking to lawyers and stuff, and there are a number of people obviously remember him from that case, and I think that gives him a little bit of an edge. Now, the other guy that I had been thinking about, and as I say, he's in Madison now, and he's one other thing is that the firm that he's with has 3 or 4 criminal defense lawyers in that firm. And that's a big help because it means that if he needs assistance, he's got it right there in his own office.
Yeah.
Okay. The other guy that I had in mind is a lawyer in Waukesha, and a guy named Jerry Buting, B-U-T-I-N-G. And Jerry is somebody who's been defending criminal cases for, again, I'm going to say 15 or 20 years. He's had a number of high notoriety cases, and that matters. I mean, it's important that you're dealing with somebody who has had to deal with media before.
Yeah.
He won a very important case down in the Milwaukee-Waukesha County area. I don't know if you remember that case involving the father and son team that were charged with killing a cop in a shootout after a robbery. Jerry Buting may actually work with Dean on this case just because he's interested in it. Okay?
Yeah.
And Dean will explain more of that to you the day after tomorrow when he gets to see you.
Okay.
I mean, that's where we are on criminal defense lawyers. I think that, maybe there was some misunderstanding. I've never been too impressed with the way the public defender that you had from Manitowoc was. I never thought he was very good at communicating.
No, he ain't.
And I don't think he explained things very well to you. Dean is very good at that, and so is Jerry. So, I mean, either of those guys would be a good recommendation, and if it will turn out that, that they'd be willing to work together on the case, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because you'd be essentially getting two firms for the price of one.
Yeah.
And Jerry also, by the way, is a criminal lawyer who has other criminal lawyers in his firm. And I say that because a couple of the other guys that I was considering are very good lawyers by themselves, but that's the point, is that they are by themselves.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of work that's got to be done in this case.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I figure that you're better off with a firm, like ours would be if we weren't excluded on this thing, but I mean, like a couple others are in the state,
Yeah.
that can do criminal stuff. And Dean's firm in Madison also does civil stuff, so if there, if there is some intervention by, the Hallbeck family,
Yeah.
they'll be in a position to try to deal with that.
Yeah, they put a lawsuit against me.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything on that yet, except I know there was an email that your mom's.
This call is from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
There was an email that your mom sent to Walt saying something about that. And, I mean, we fully expected that there would be a lawsuit. I do not believe that will have anything to do with blocking your access to funds for counsel.
Yeah.
Well,
it says you got 45 days to reply on it.
Yeah, exactly. So
by that time I have it, and the lawyer has it.
That's right. And realistically, what will happen is very simple, and that is that you'll deny it, and there will be motions made by your criminal defense lawyers to stop the proceedings in the civil case. And it's interesting because part of this may actually be in your interest to have that civil case going on, because your criminal lawyers can take depositions of everybody involved in the criminal case, which you couldn't otherwise do. But because there's a civil case going, you know how we were taking depositions in the civil case?
Yeah.
If there's a live civil case involving you, the lawyers in the case can put anybody they want to under oath and ask them questions. So that may actually work to your advantage. But again, I don't want to be stepping in here and saying what should or shouldn't happen. I mean, that should be decided by the lawyers in the case. But my main point in getting together by phone with you was just to make sure that you were current on what was happening and weren't feeling like you're kind of abandoned out there. I didn't want that to be happening.
Yeah, well, I didn't know he was coming up there or nothing.
Sure. Well, you wouldn't. There's no way you would. I didn't know it until last night. It was a little complicated because, it's just because of scheduling more than anything else.
Yeah.
And but he's agreeable to getting into the case and is interested in the case. Likes this whole idea of a defense based on your being framed, and I think you guys will get along well.
Yeah.
The issue next, I think, though, is what's happening with respect to bail. Have your parents gotten an appraisal?
Well, they should have that done hopefully by the end of this week.
Good.
Or first part of next week.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Dean will want that information, and
Well, I figured I could be able to get out on bail on that then.
yes, that would be great. And then, get you permission to be able to travel to Madison or to Waukesha, because that's where your lawyers will be.
Yeah.
And because I'm sure there will be travel restrictions.
Yeah, well, I ain't going nowhere anyway.
Of course. But anyway, I mean, I feel real good about these lawyers, and I'm very glad that they were willing to get involved. They'll bring good representation to this case.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I like to know who planning this shit.
Yep, I hear you.
You know, I was doing so good.
Yep. Well, I know. Not only were you doing well, but so was your case going well, and obviously this screwed the hell out of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think there are issues, well, I'm just happy to see them getting in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll be able to get dates adjusted as they need to, and go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, because Chucky got a phone call, a PI from Milwaukee knows something what would help my case too. He's got some documents, some legal documents that'll help.
Oh, was this? I'm trying to remember what the hell his name is.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I know about that because he called my office too.
Mm.
And I got to tell you, that guy is somebody who tends to exaggerate a little bit.
Yeah.
Which makes him not the most reliable guy.
Mm.
On the other hand, I know that a case that he's been involved with recently has had a lot of crime lab screw-up stuff going on in it, and so it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it for you and your lawyers to follow up with him.
Yeah, because he said he's got the documents.
Yeah. So I think that's worthwhile and makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, all we're waiting for now is the judge's order. Once the judge's order is signed, then we'll get the check. Once the check is received, and you tell us that there's a lawyer that's involved,
Mm-hmm.
Then we can release funds to the lawyer.
Yeah.
And and at that stage, you're in business.
Yeah.
We're still going to have to dick around with this prior lawyer, with this Gingras guy.
Yeah.
But that should not affect you getting your lawyer involved.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
So that's the scoop at the moment.
Well, it sounds good so far.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of progress has been made here, Steve, and I think it will work out well, and I think you'll like Dean when you talk to him.
Uh-huh.
He's done defense work for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a smart guy. I mean, you talk to other lawyers about him, and they'll all tell you good things.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric never told me nothing.
Yeah, well, that's...
This call is from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
They just sent him a copy of the lawsuit.
Oh, uh-huh.
So he's got that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure he'll transfer all that stuff to your new lawyers.
Yeah, because I gave him permission to do that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, when he was up here.
Well,
So
good.
you know why I'm up here. I guess so. I said, I ain't got the goddamn money yet, and you're here already.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
That's crazy. And I'm really pissed off at those guys for that. I intend to raise hell with their office. I mean, did he tell you that he was considering himself as being off the case right now?
Yeah. He said he can't do no more.
Yeah. Well, obviously he can, but we'll work that out. You don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, if I get the other one.
That's right.
But he said the judge may probably assign it by the end of this week.
Yeah, I agree. That should happen soon.
Yeah. So after Saturday then, go to him then.
That's right. Exactly.
You could take you guys share and The rest can go to him.
That's right. That's right.
You know, then he can work on bail.
Yep. Well, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, things will start happening soon then.
All right.
And you should be in shape.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Steve.
Okay, man. Yeah,
All right.
and again, I mean, just holler if you have questions. But once Dean's on board, I'm sure he'll be able to answer everything for you.
Now, I got one question while
Yeah.
I'm on your phone.
Yeah.
Can they make a duplicate of my phone conversations here and give them to Jodi?
Not give them to Jodi. But
See what I'm saying?
they do record your phone conversations there.
But see, the detectives are going to Jodi because I talked to this Debbie,
Oh, okay.
and so they're putting her back to her, so she would turn on me,
I see.
you know. So she getting all mad about it, and, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no doubt that they can make whatever use of those conversations that they want to. That's the problem about your being in jail.
You know.
That's one of the reasons we want to get you the hell out of there.
You know.
Because they don't like this business if they're listening into all your calls.
You know, I don't like that either. I can't say too much, you know.
Oh, I know, and you don't need to. Just like you're not talking to other people in the jail.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, Dean will want to review that with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they can do that. They can try to play one person against another to get them to mess you up one way or another.
You know. But I ain't got nothing to worry about because she don't know nothing, and.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You know.
it's not as though you did anything, so that they've got anything to talk.
All that's doing is just making us bitch back and forth, that's all.
That's right. That's right. Making life miserable for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she gets out to 6, so.
Good.
So she'll be living by Ma.
Good. Well, that'll help.
Yeah.
That'll help.
Maybe at the same time I'll be out, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the hope.
Yeah.
You should be by then, actually.
Yeah. All right, Steve.
Okay, man. Hang in there.
All right. Thanks, Martin.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.